QuickTaylor, and what you're going to see following this is an instructional video on how to make a very simple mask with a pouch to add filters for. And by no means is this a hard, fast thing. If you guys can think of a different way of improving this, let's share it amongst ourselves. The goal is to keep our soldiers safe. Okay, so we're going to make a little simple mask. First off, you'll need a piece of material 10 1/4 by 17 inches long. Now you'll mark a line 1 inch from the edge and fold your line over until it meets your marked line. And you can give that a little roll. And then when you're done with that, fold it over once again and then just sew down the line. As you can see, I've sewn down the sides approximately 1/8 from the edge, and now you'll flip it over and fold the one side and then the other side so that they match. And what you want to do is sew down here, across, and back up. And this here should measure 7 inches on either side. And just be careful when you come back up that this doesn't lift with your foot. You might have to pay attention to that. So if it looks like it's going to cause a bit of a problem, all you got to do is lift your foot up, maybe adjust it slightly, make sure your needle is down while you're doing it, then drop it back down, and then carry on. So as you can see, I've sewn down 3 sides, and what you're going to do now is just reach in, flip it inside out, and just give it a little poke in the corners there to get everything squared away. Essentially what you're left with is a little bag. At this point, you can iron it or whatever you'd like to do. Just roll across here. Okay. At this point, all you do is you take a piece of pipe cleaner, bend it over in half, and then twist the end and fold it over, as you can see, and then just put a couple twists throughout it. And what you want to do is tuck it up inside towards the top. The top is obviously the upper flap, and you'll feel a little seam that was created in there. Just tuck it up in there and just get it centered halfway through. And then what you're going to do is take it to your machine, sew down here and across and back up the top. So with this sewn into place, what you're going to do now is you're going to grab the material and just fold it over once, and just grab another little bit, fold it over twice. This will make your pleats. I'm not too particular on the size of them. It's just to make the mask a little bit smaller, and then you can roll over the seams there. And this should measure between 3 and 3.5 inches. Like I said, it's not really crucial at that point. What you want to do is while you're holding it up, you can grab your little clips and just clip it on to hold in place on both of them, and flip it over. Do the same thing on the other side. Once again, not necessary. You can always just do it in the machine once it's been gone through. Then we're going to sew it down here across the bottom and back up. This may cause a bit of a problem. Same thing you did before, lift the foot up if it has to, and just take your time. You don't want those to separate as you go. Okay, so as you can see, sewn down the sides there. Big thing to keep in mind, if you look at the back side, just to make sure that this flap is not twisted up or anything when you've sewn it. because you want it to sit nice and flat just for when you're not wearing it, right? At this point, you want to mark 1-inch lines from the side and take 46 inches of paracord. I've removed the center core from the paracord, that way it sits flatter. What you're going to do is lay your paracord in there, creating a loop like this. And then you're going to fold this over, and with your previously stitched line, line it up with the yellow line that you just marked. And run a stitch down here, but you don't want to stitch over the line, you want it to still be free moving. So as you can see, you got the loop up top here, and it's still free moving. So at this point, just pull the strings down, cross them over like that. And what you'll do is just a simple knot here. There's one side. So there's your 2 knots. You just fiddle with them a little bit. As you can see, they adjust lower. So what you want to do is loosen them right up. And to put it on the test, you just pull all the way down. So lift it over your head and adjust the mask up. Pull it over your head like so. You can adjust it. And then you will grab the knots in the back. Just adjust that way. And then adjust the nose piece. There you go. Bob's your uncle.